Let me explain how women keep a secret. As soon as you tell her the secret, you leave the house, he calls her friend. Carla, I have to tell you something. But you have to promise not to tell anyone. The next call, her friend Karen. Karen, I have to tell you a secret. But you have to promise not to tell anyone. A lot of women think if they tell somebody not to tell anyone, they're keeping the secret. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Men can keep a secret because God made us differently. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm going to explain to you how a man does it in his brain. Because when you're telling him the secret, he's not even listening. Not even listening. By the time you're done telling him the secret, he hasn't heard a word you said.
Some stores try to show you their moral confidence by putting something on the window that's not really about the product, but about their morality. Sometimes you see a store, it's got a sign above the door that says like, no hate allowed in here. Like, fuck off, hate, you piece of shit. No hate in there? I hate my father. Like, do I have to stay outside and deal with it before I can come in to buy some shoes?
And there was a couple in the front row, beautiful couple. The wife was obviously Asian. You could see it in her face. The husband, this motherfucker was mysterious, to say the least. Couldn't quite pinpoint where he was from. Caramel-colored fella, very nice hair, but he could have been from anywhere. Bangladesh, Mexico. I can't guess with a nigga like this. All I knew for sure about this guy is that his wife was a bitch. I could see that in her face, too. And I just asked her, I go, hey, where are you guys from anyway? Very condescendingly, she says, I'm from California. If you're asking my ethnicity, I am Chinese. And her husband was just cool about the shit. He was like, I'm Mexican, bro. I said, well, I'm sorry if I offended you, but you're a very beautiful couple. There's no question that you're gonna give birth to the hardest working baby this world has ever seen. She got up to leave immediately. She had to take one last dig at me on the way out. I will never buy one of your fucking DVDs again, Dave Chappelle. I said, ma'am, with all due respect, Chinese people don't buy DVDs.
After this year's election, a record-setting 12 states will have female governors. While the other 38 states will have dinner ready on time. Thank you.
My type is depressed women. My friend was like, you like that? And I said, no, but that's who keeps showing up. So that's time to own it. There's something about depressed women, though. I always assume they have more depth. Does that make sense? Like, she's so sad. I'm like, she must feel deeply. And then we hang out. I'm like, nah, just a bummer. Just a bummer. I get turned on, though. I'm like, how are you? She's like, terrible. I'm like, this chick gets it, dude. She sees through the bullshit that is life.
Here's what happened. I had clay in my bag. Because I'm not an artist, but I like clay. I make little dicks. They're this big. I do. I make tiny dicks. And they're perfect. And I hold it and I walk around. It's okay. And then when I get upset, I smush it. No, you're nothing. Now you're nothing. Anyway, it relaxes me.
A white older lady gets on the elevator with me, and all of a sudden, she clutches her purse. It made me feel some type of way, and then it made the whole situation uncomfortable because I'm pulling, she's pulling, I'm pulling, she's pulling, I'm pulling. Just let go of the purse, man.
You know, the average American, the last week of your life costs $100,000. It's more than you spend your whole life on health care. $100,000 for just one more week. One more week of just one more week so that last sister can fly in and hold his shitty hand. $100,000. Pull the plug and buy a boat. That's all I'm saying. Because what is the point of, you gotta live, you gotta keep living, no matter what. I think you can live too long. I think you can live too long. Some people are 100. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody knows you.
So you know when the pilot does the little tannoy announcement at the beginning of a flight? He does the little, hello, I'm your captain, Jonathan, and we're flying at 38,000 feet to New York today. And you're sitting there flicking through a magazine thinking, couldn't give a fuck who you are. I don't know where we're going, it says it on the ticket. You don't get that anywhere else, do you? You don't get that in the back of a taxi. Hello, my name's Eric and we're going to your house. Wind your neck in, Eric, drive the car. So on this occasion, it happened to be a female pilot. So it's, hello, my name's Charlotte, I'm your pilot today, and we're flying at 38,000 feet to New York. And this guy on the flight undid his seatbelt, got up, got his hand luggage down from the overhead, and started walking down the aisle. They said, sir, you've got to sit down, we're about to take off. He said, no, I'm getting off. They said, what's the problem? He said, woman driver. What a fucking lunatic. It's not as if she had to reverse it into New York.
Immigrant parents don't say I love you all the time. In America, we have to tell our kids we love them all day long. In the morning, I love you. Lunchtime, I still love you. Afternoon, I loved you more than lunch, and breakfast, I love you even more now. Even when they get in trouble, you gotta tell them you love them. My son gets in trouble. Son, you didn't clean your room. You're in big trouble. You did not clean your room. But just know that I love you. I'm your father. I will always be here for you. I am the wind beneath your wings. I love you so much. I don't want you to grow up have issues with me. I love you so much. I'm going to clean your room for you. That's what I'm going to do. Immigrant parents don't say they love you. My parents had sayings that indicated that they might love us. My dad always used to say, you're the light of my eyes. Nure cheshmami. You're the light of my eyes. You'd be like, wow. Yeah, don't clap. Don't clap. Because I would be like, wow, does that mean you love me? He'd be like, that means I can see you in the dark. Watch what you're doing.
Can we stop with the kale propaganda? That stuff tastes like bug spray. I was looking at a can of bug spray. It said made with real kale. Kale is a superfood, and its special power is tasting bad. It's inedible. All you have to do is freeze dry it, cover in cayenne peppers, put in a shake, and bury it in the ground. Kale is so good for you. It's like a really bitter spinach with hair. Kale is so good for you. They could find out kale cures cancer, and I would still be like, I'm just gonna do the chemo, all right? I've tried the kale.
Like, it's Mohammed. And he was like, huh, interesting. You know, actually, here in the States, it's pronounced Muhammad. I was like, oh, cool. Well, that's a great point. It's just not how names work. Yeah. Yeah, they don't change based on location. You know, because if your name is Miles and you travel and you go to France, no one is going to come to you and be like, actually here it's pronounced kilometers, yeah.